Yeah, he's okay. What's going on? Every time.
No, when I say when audio is going hot, they can hear you. So you're sitting there. You're crazy.
Whoops.
You are crazy. Well, they can hear us right
Yeah.
now, so.
Oh,
All
really?
right. Yeah.
Oh, wait. No, wait. The
Really?
audio's going hot now.
Yeah.
Whoops.
Well, ladies and
Whoops.
gentlemen, as you can tell, we're running into some audio difficulties. The creator that we've
Wait.
got coming on today is actually coming from South
Cameroon, Africa.
Cameroon, Africa, and Jared doesn't understand what the term "your mic is hot" means.
Yes, I do. It's super. Oh. Ow. Ow. Wait, that's
That's
not
what
what
it
it
means.
means?
Yeah, so right now, just to let everybody know, we are just waiting for Bazil's connection to reestablish. This kind of thing is going to happen when we're trying to run a stream with somebody on the other side of the world. So
Yeah.
expect a few drops and
Awesome.
stuff during this, but I think it's going to be a pretty cool stream.
It is going to be an awesome stream. It's going to be fantastic. And I want to thank everybody for showing up. I know this is early in the morning in some places, but it's late in the afternoon. Yeah, it's super early here. But it's late in the afternoon there, and that's what that's who we're catering, and that's what's important. So this is going to be fantastic. For anyone that would like to, Bazil is sponsoring a campaign at cryptocomics.com/u/cryptic-mystic pen. And I will put that link up in the
link's
chat.
up in the description, so if anybody wants to look for it.
Oh, in the description, my bad.
There.
I'm sorry about that. And then
CryptoComics M. Scott Russell on YouTube says, "Love the stash, Jared."
Thank you.
Is that still considered a stash?
No, not at all, actually. It's more of a, well, I don't know what I can call it, because last time I thought what a Fu Manchu was. So it's probably a sensei slash Burns. A Sensei Burns. I call this my Sensei Burns.
Nice. Okay, we're going to run with it.
Sensei Burns.
Okay. All right. Very nice. Scott Russell on YouTube says, whatever you call it then. I think we are all in agreement. We're just gonna go with it.
Thank you.
Lindsay Joy on Twitch said, just letting the anticipation build. I think she said that right before the connection aired out there. Yes.
He's headed back on because things are starting to change. Here he comes.
There's the man of the hour, quite literally.
The man of the hour!
I feel like that might have been a little more emphasis than what was actually needed for that, but I appreciate it.
Oh, I'm sorry, Fred. Did I overshadow you in some way, shape, or form?
I'm always in the back. I'm always being upstage.
No, you're not in the back, buddy. Come on now.
Bazil, what's up? We can see you.
Yeah.
Looking good.
Yeah, we're good.
Okay. So we have Bazil, Asang.
Yeah, that's me.
And Bazil, so me and you have had several conversations, but I would like you to explain the name. So generally in America, we have our first name, our middle name, and our last name, and sometimes the middle name is associated to pass down through the generations. Like me and my dad have the same middle name, Jared Royal Bragg, and then my dad's name is James Royal Bragg. But would you please tell the audience, so your first name and then what your middle name is and then what your last name is? It's pretty interesting.
Yeah, actually, in Africa, we have what they call the ancestor names, and then we have the last name. And actually, because of our history in colonization, we have what is known as the English name. So our last name is mostly the family name, which is passed down from us by our parents, which is Asang for me. And my ancestor name is Aze, and my English name is Bazil.
That's so awesome. So the ancestor name, is there a lot of people that would have that name, or?
Yeah, there's a lot of people that will have it, and they actually have meanings to them. For example, mine means keeper of peace in darkness.
Nice. Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's super positive. We definitely want to keep out of the darkness. Okay, so and what is your pin name in Crypto Comics Marketplace? Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I get you. I'm getting you now.
Okay, cool. So, can you tell us a little bit about yourself, please?
Yeah, actually, of course. Yeah, actually, I am someone, when growing up, I've always had that tendency and that will to see that I make my community a better place for the present generation and the generation to come. I've actually had a sad past because in my community, the health facilities were not the best. So when growing up, I've always thought how I will be able to use my skills to better up that. And also, when I've discovered that the African cultural heritage was actually being lost because information about it was not being properly propagated to the generations. So I made it my life's work to see how I could pass on the knowledge of Africa in a way that is going to be very easy for everybody to grasp. And that is how I got myself into art and technology. I decided to use technology to see how I could help better the health sector, which made me to pursue my education in becoming a computer software engineer. And thank God that He gave me a talent in art, which I decided to use so that I could pass through entertainment to pass on the knowledge about our African cultural heritage. And that is what has got me to be able to produce, to work with my elder brother, who is the main scenarist of the story Catango, which we are trying to see how we can pass out that knowledge together. So that's it about me. Well, I am a co-founder of a company, a technology, arts and design company, where we're trying to make a living out of it. I do a lot of things in order to catch up because comics alone in Africa cannot put bread on the table. So we have to do lots of extra work to see that we survive while we do comics.
Right. So you are you're a software engineer, and you also do architecture, correct? You're a architecture drafting architect. You do architecture and architecture drafting, right? And software engineering.
Yes, I do architecture drafting. That was the first thing that got that when I actually back in my zone, there was a school called Post Computer Institute, which was actually the founder was an American, a retired firefighter who came to Cameroon, an American retired firefighter who came to Cameroon and opened that school. So I was actually one of the first badges in computer graphic science, and I won a scholarship from an American. Also gave me a scholarship by name Jeff Klaus. He gave me a scholarship that is from there that I decided to study computer architecture, that is using AutoCAD to draft out house plans and also follow up for contracts. And that is what actually gave me some money, which I used to then pursue my education. So I want to take this opportunity to say thanks to Jeff Klaus for giving me that chance to grasp the knowledge which I have today. I hope he could get this message too as well.
That is awesome. That is awesome. And I want to go back to the fact that so your passion for comics is to tell the history of your geographical location, people, and your heritage.
Exactly. That is the priority of it.
That's awesome. That's freaking awesome, dude. Like, that's incredible. What? Because going through Catango, I know M. Scott Russell reviewed Catango first issue, and I've read through all 4 issues that you have, and I wasn't aware that that a lot of it was based on heritage.
Yeah, it is actually based on it.
That is fantastic. So, what would you say the percentage of the storyline is based in the legends and historical history of your region and people?
Well, I would say about 60% of it is based on our heritage. But when we are doing comics, it's good to keep some great amount for your creativity too, so that you make it entertaining and bring up something that is from your own creative history. So we decided to keep it at 60% of what is actually at the background, the reality, and 40% our creativity.
Oh, wow. That's freaking awesome,
Great.
Dude. Holy cow. That just made Catango so much cooler. I mean, not that it wasn't cool, but now it's even cooler. It got like 50 macho points just right there. Bam! That's awesome. How would you describe your style?
Yeah, actually, I think I like the low saturation and prehistoric style fantasy mostly. I like to tell stories about epic gods and stuff like that, mysticism, spirituality. Those are my interests. I also like to tell simple stories though, but rarely.
Yeah, I noticed. Now is the Black Golem? Is it the Black Golem?
Yes, the Black Golem.
Now is he a god, or is he a summoned like demon or creature? Like how did?
Yeah, it's a summon. It's actually one of Kishani's. It's actually a power manifestation of a god. Because if we have to go deep into Catango, you will discover that when you're going through Kishani's path, because Catango is actually divided into 4 different sections. You have Kishani's path, you have Catango's path, you have a path that is known as the path of the relics and that of the word, because Catango is divided into 4 main groups. You have the Redundants. The Redundants is a group that is run by Kishani. So when you go down to Kishani's history, you'll see that his father Kemji, they actually have a connection with the 5 main pillars that hold the African continent together. And it is those 5 main pillars represent the 5 main gods of the 5 different unique zones that hold the continent. Those 5 main gods, they can actually point to the source that can lead to the restoration of the continent. Now, Kishani's part is to trace those gods and see how he can get directives on how to go about the restoration. So the Black Golem is actually a manifestation from one of the gods who rules the zone from which Kemji, who is Kishani's father, comes from.
So the restoration. So is this to bring the continent together as one singularity, like one whole, or is it? What do you mean by that?
Yeah, actually, it is to restore back the greatness of the continent, because Catango is actually talking about the history where many people knew about the greatness, and now the greatness is no more. So what can they do to get back to it? Everybody is coming up with their own ideologies. Like I was talking about the groups. Kishani's group wants to restore it in a softer manner. They want to go to the gods and restore the pillars to bring back the energy and restore the zone. Now, there's another group called the relics. The relics are those who actually know, they have the information on how to get to the source, but they don't want to share it. They prefer to keep it to themselves and allow everything as it is, because they believe that people are not worth getting the information. They believe that if people get the information, they are going to use it for their own personal interest. So they are instead protecting the relics from people getting it. And then you have the word.
Just 1 second. Just 1 second. Okay. We're having a little bit of network difficulty, everyone. So give us a min here. He'll be back on.
It's
Wow,
perfect
that's incredible.
timing. We're showing off the comic book at the same time, so.
Nice.
Okay, yeah. Let me just carry on from where I stopped. Can you get me?
Yes, we can hear you. We can't see you, but we can hear you. So, the last. So you were just talking about. You just had finished on the relics, and now you were on to the next group. The relics didn't want to share, and then you were going into a next group. I think it was the robes, or something like that.
The word. Yes. Yeah, the word. There are those who are interested in looking for the relics, but not to use it for restoration, but for their own financial interest, because they want to sell it out to foreign bodies and make money. So they are like thieves, something like that. And then you have now Catango's group. Actually, Catango's group does not have a name because he is actually the main source of his group. Catango has conquered the forest of no return. By conquering the forest, he's the only one who has ever done so. So he knows more than everybody in the story. But it's just that what he knows, the way he acts, makes others to think that he's arrogant. But he acts as such because he knows the truth and he wants to get directly to the source. Now, Catango wants to go directly to the source without passing through the pillars. And that makes him to go in a very harsh manner that you might think that he's even the villain of the story. But he's actually the villain and the protagonist at the same time, because he's a little bit ruthless, and due to the aspect that he wants to gain time, he has searched for 4 other subordinates that work with him, who go to other territories and try to conquer and meet some of the gods. 4 very strong guys to bear his ideologies. He has one lady with him, a visionist, who tells him outcomes and helps him to also know how he's going to go about his activities.
So Catango is kind of like for lack of a better term, he's so knowledgeable, he's so aware that he just doesn't want to waste time. He just wants to go straight for the source. He's just like, why are we even having this conversation? I know what to do. Get out of my way and let me do it. He's that type of person.
Yes, exactly. So many people think he's unreasonable, but he is. It's just that they don't know as much as he does.
And then Kanishi, the first one.
Kishani.
I said Kishani. He wants to go through the pillar. So basically, he too wants to get back to the source, to bring everything together, but he wants to do it the proper way. He's kind of like the polite guy.
Exactly, that's it.
Okay, and then the relics, they're the one. The relics were the ones that they understand everything, and they're just trying to kind of let it happen the way that it, just let nature be itself. They're kind of like the tree huggers.
The hippies of the universe.
The hippies of the universe. That's a great way to put it.
Oh shit! No, man.
Man, I'm loving this art.
That's how the relics. That's the way they want to go.
Okay, and then the words. Am I saying that right? The words.
Yeah, WORD, the words. Yeah.
They're like the bankers in the world today. They're all greedy sons of biscuits who want to take all of our money.
Well, that got dark real quick, Jared.
Well, you're breaking up, Bazil. Your audio is breaking up right now.
Exactly.
Okay, cool. All right, okay. So now so we've covered 4. You said there was 5, right?
Yeah, there are 4 actually, because it's the redundant, which is Kishani's group, the Gaelics, which are the native who know the issue but decide to keep it to themselves. Then you have the world who want to sell, and then you have Catango's group.
Okay. So those are the 4 groups. That's so freaking cool, man.
That is pretty sweet.
You know what I love about it. It's the story or the trials and the actual, like, the story itself is one that's kind of shared throughout the world. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
It's told. Of course, you're telling it in a very personal way, associated to your history, which is phenomenal. But it's a very similar story throughout the world, which is pretty awesome, and really shows how we in the world need to come together, pro humanity, like, to put humans first instead of anything else. You know, I think that's I freaking love your story, dude. I love what you're doing. It's so freaking awesome.
Very cool. Very cool.
You're a stud. Hey, Fry, do we have anything coming in on chat that we need to address real quick?
Boy, chat's been going pretty crazy actually this whole time. So let me see here.
Fry's gonna catch us up with chat real quick, Bazil. So give us a second. If there are any questions that might come from chat or something like that, he's gonna field them to you.
Yeah. Okay. So let's see. Just as a quick update, normally we tell everybody at the top of the video, but if you guys have any questions for Bazil here, make sure you throw them in the chat. We will definitely take pause when available and forward those over. Let's see, just a whole bunch of intros here. We got Matt Knowles watching. We got Zolek is on. Gypsy Leaf on Twitch. We got Jason over on Facebook. Casey over on Facebook. Amy over on Facebook. Cyrus the Great on Twitch. Hello, everyone. I'm just running through these real quick for everybody that said hello. So, let's see. Gypsy Leaf on Twitch says, "What better way to let the world know about African heritage than through comics? This is so cool."
Yes.
Very nice. Yes. Lindsay Joy on Twitch says, "Yes, love that, and the illustrations are so beautiful. Love them." Yeah, some of the artwork in these books is just absolutely amazing. Top tier type level stuff for sure. Let's see. M. Scott Russell, we know that guy, says this comic is awesome. Very true. Zolek says this is pure awesome. I want to dive into this, and then goes on to say I'm going to hop onto Crypto Comics right now and buy. Oh, you should as well. Core fans, and then a huge woo. I'm thinking that's like a Ric Flair woo.
Yeah, it's a woo.
Okay. Let's see. Casey over on Facebook says, I'm definitely checking this one out. Lindsay over on Facebook says, yes, what Zolek said. So it's good. So yeah, guys, keep in mind if any of you guys have any questions. I know there's probably quite a few, especially, with how everything goes. Jared will continue asking questions during the interview and during the spotlight. And I will happily cut him off so that us fans can have a moment.
Oh my! All right, whatever, Fry. Whatever, Fry.
Whoa.
Okay, so let's get back into
That's
this.
mean.
Bazil. Oh no. What? Oh, did I tell you to talk to the hand? Somewhere there. Okay. So, Bazil, what would you say most motivates you?
Well, the most motivation that I have is the zeal to see that we know our history, because we actually do not know the people we are. I think because we have been born into a war where everything has been fed up to that is, we have been given the food and we have not been taught where the food has come from or how it has been made. So it's our duty now to go out there and search for the truth. And I think the best way to do that is, the most easiest way is through comics, because it's one of the most entertaining methods of passing out information. So that's what motivates me most.
Now I kind of want to jump into something here, because me and you have talked, and I kind of want to give people a greater understanding of just kind of where you're at and the struggles that that you have to go through to be a part of the comic book community, which is incredible. Would you share with our viewers kind of what what you're going through right now in relation to your geographical location and things of that nature, because you were telling me some really, really interesting things, and I think it would be fun for you to actually be able to share kind of how Cameroon is situated geographically and how everything works around there, because it's very interesting, and I think that really, really relates to the idea that you are doing your comics to preserve history and stuff like that, if you don't mind.
Yeah, actually, Cameroon is located in Africa. That is Central and West Africa. Part of it is in West, part of it is Central Africa. And if I would just like to go through a very brief history of Cameroon, because there's actually a civil crisis that is going on in our zone right now, which makes things very difficult for us to go about our productions in comics and stuff like that. So Cameroon, during the First World War, Cameroon was lost from Germany to Britain and France, which was then divided into two sections. 80% was given to France and 20% was given to Britain. The 80% that went to France was then named La République du Cameroun, or which was called French Cameroon at that time. When they had their independence in 1960, they became La République du Cameroun. Now, in 1961, when the English 20% that was given to Britain was about to have their independence, they were instead asked to join La République du Cameroon in a plebiscite, which they did. And it has been 56 years now that they have been in that plebiscite. But there have been some issues because there have been marginalization of the 20% minority of Anglophones by the 80% majority of Francophones. And that led in 2016 to a peaceful protest, which was staged by the lawyers of the English-speaking section of Cameroon. Mm-hmm. And also the teachers later on joined that protest. But unfortunately, the government responded with the response was not very good because they actually used force. And for the past 4 years now, we have been into that conflict, and it has further deteriorated into an armed conflict, which now the English-speaking minority are asking for independence. Some are asking for federalism so that they can have total control of their own zone. But that's what we're facing now. There have been frequent power failures. There's rampant gun battles. There is killing all over the place. I have lost some friends as well. It's actually difficult for us because even to do comics, most of the time there's no electricity, and you can imagine you can't draw in the dark. There are times that my fiance will have to hold up the torch for more than 2 hours just so that I can draw a page with pen and paper. It's quite difficult for us, but we have to keep on the strand and we keep moving. We pray. I think the United Nations is trying to impose a ceasefire on all conflict zones. We hope that our own zone too is going to be in that ceasefire process. That's what we are going through right now in our zone.
Now, I just wanted to, because when we spoke, the many times that we spoke, you had used the word marginalization, and I didn't fully understand that and the context. So I wanted to read the actual definition of marginalization for the viewers, so they can have a good understanding of how this 80% looks at the 20%. It's treatment of a person, group, or concept as insignificant or peripheral, and it's and I also want to give a shout out to your fiance. I mean, talk about a bad A holding a torch for 2 hours. Like, I think I would be like, Bazil, I don't know, man. Like, seriously, dude, that's a long time. She's awesome. Holy crap. Now, are you? So,
does she have a sister by chance?
Yeah, she do.
That's not a no, Bazil.
Yeah, it's incredible, and the fact that she is there helping you, it's incredible what the struggles you go through, because here in America, in the comic book industry, creators go through struggles. We go through struggles to be a part of this community as well. But I have to say it pales in comparison in a lot of ways, because I I haven't heard anyone tell me that they have to draw by firelight to get their message out. That's dedication. I just want to tell you how just incredible that is. You had never told me that before, so it's kind of like affecting me right now.
Yeah, it hit you right in the chest, man.
Jesus, yeah, I'm really like I'm tripping right now. That's incredible. Your dedication, your spirit, your energy is so impressive, Bazil. So impressive.
Thanks.
Knowing your story is about preserving and educating on your heritage, it makes, I almost feel like crying. Like, it's so emotional. Like, holy crap. This is incredible.
And it's really amazing how well those stories come together to make really great comic books. You know what I mean?
That's right.
Just excellent. It's awesome stuff.
I love your battle scenes, man. Your battle scenes are epic, dude. They're so epic. Like, it is. You can tell that there is force to be reckoned with when you're going into your battle scenes, you know, and you know, and it's not like the good guys are so overpowered. Because those wood spirits, I mean, they're pretty brutal. Like, they're coming at you, and if you ain't got something to defend with, you're going down.
Right.
It's pretty awesome. It's pretty awesome. And then also, those fight scenes get pretty intense, especially when someone's getting taken out. I was just like, whoa! It was incredible. It was incredible.
Much more to come, though.
Do you have any people or creators or specific people that have inspired you particularly?
Yeah, I do. I want to give a shout out to one of the highest guys who inspire me when it comes to martial art. That is Donnie Yen, the Chinese actor. And most of the moves that he makes actually gives me inspiration on how to go about my fightings. And then Kishimoto too, the author of Naruto. I've been inspired by his works, and also I've been inspired by the works of Stan Lee. Most of his comics, I've read most of his comics. They have inspired me a lot. Also, I've been inspired by a lot of rock artists. You have Key Switch Engage. Most of their lyrics really do inspire me. The wordings, it's like their words, they really touch the events of what is going down in my zone. And they always, when I'm drawing, I mostly listen to their songs. Key Switch Engage, I'm sure you know them. They should be American rock stars. And also, Key Switch Engage.
Oh, Kill Switch Engage! Hell yeah! I'm down with that. Yeah. I love Kill Switch Engage.
Seen them a couple of times.
Oh, man.
I have, man. They're awesome.
Yeah, right on, dude. I love that, Bazil. Okay, we can resonate. Actually, Matt Knowles can probably resonate with us on that level. He's got some pretty awesome metal.
Yeah. So that is where my inspiration comes from.
That means once we can have conventions again and we can get you stateside, me and you got to go to a concert, right?
Yeah.
Yep. See, nobody can argue it now. It is official. My going to concerts is now market research.
Oh my gosh. It's not market research. Oh, wait. Yeah, kind of, I guess. Nah, it's more like marketing. You better wear a shirt.
Marketing.
All right.
There we go.
So do you work with others? Do you have a team? Are you a lone ranger, so to speak? What's going on there?
No, I have a team. I have a team. Like I said, my elder brother, who is like we are the captains of the ship. The two of us, we row together. Yeah, we are like birds of a feather. Yeah.
That's
so
awesome.
Any story that comes up, we are in it together. We develop the story together. We put up the artwork together, and we see that it flows. My family also helps because they help to criticize and make us do it better. So And we are now struggling to see if we can hire some colorists to join us so that we can make the work go faster as well.
Oh, fantastic. That's fantastic. So right now it's you and your brother. So do you guys write the stories together? Who does the drawings, the penciling and the inking and
Yeah, I do the drawings, I do the penciling and the inking, and then he does the lettering, and he does most of the writing. More 80%, 90% of the writing he does it.
Okay.
And I help out too in filling up part of it. We develop the characters together. It's an intense battle that we take together. We work together all through.
Oh, that's awesome.
Cool.
That is fantastic. Give him a shout out from us. Such a bad egg.
Right.
We love his stories. We love his stories. So now I know that Catango is going good. You guys have four books now. You've redone the first issue. I know. Is there plans to do anything with the last 3 issues of Catango as far as redoing them? I really love the cover of issue 1, the new cover. Man, that cover is so sick.
Thanks. Well, we do, but not as much. We are just going to touch mostly the saturation of the colors, and that'll be it.
Just make things a little bit more clear, because those fight scenes are pretty epic, man. I mean, things are smashing together so fast. I can see why you want to. I can see why you want to work with those color schemes, because man, it's just like, oh my gosh, dude, he just got smashed. It's awesome. It's awesome. So, what's in the future for Catango as far as issues? Is the arc done, or is there way more to tell? Because I mean, this is a historical journey, if you will, a heritage journey. So, is there a lot more to tell with that arc and the Catango storyline? Seems like there would be.
Yeah, there is actually. We are planning to do close to about 500 episodes. Yeah. So it's a saga that we are going through it.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay, that's awesome. That's awesome. Now, you also you started something new. You sent me something new, and that is, if I'm not mistaken, it's called the Sorceress from Gaiden. This is your newest project, correct?
Yes, Sorceress from Gaiden. Mm-hmm.
So can you give us some understanding, because it is totally different than Catango. I mean, it is like you just went totally different direction. Can you give us some understanding of this project?
Actually, one sec before Bazil starts in on that, real quick, guys. Just wanted to make a reminder real quick that if you go to the link in the description wherever you're watching this video, you can sign up for Crypto Comics right now and pick up the book that these guys are talking about. So keep that in mind. Just click the link.
5 of them.
You're going to see right on your screen in the center a little green sign up button. Click it, fill out your profile, jump on, and pick this book up so that you can kind of check it out while we're talking.
Thank you, Fry. Also, you can also check out Bazil's project. Let me just see real quick. It was. Can you tell us the name of your company again, Bazil?
Zanara Technology, Art and Design.
Now, will you tell us what Zanara means?
Yeah, Zanara means Energize Associations Restoring Africa. The Z-E-N there, Zen, stands for energy. Then A, associations are restoring Africa. So
That's
it's a
so
group of organizations coming together to put their energy to see that we build back the empire that we lost.
Hey, and just so you know, I want to contribute my energy to that cause.
You're mostly highly welcome.
That is a noble cause, and I will gladly donate energy I can to it. That is fantastic. So okay, going back to I just wanted to make sure people knew Project Zanara Comics is on Facebook. You guys can check him out there as well. But also, I believe he has a website, Friday. Were we able to share his website?
It's pulled up right now. So.
Okay, fantastic. So he does have a website, everybody, that you can also check out what is going on with Bazil and Zanara Comics, which is fantastic. So, but let's get back into the Sorceress. So tell us about the Sorceress of Gaiden. What, like, first of all, it's totally different than Catango. Like it shocked me because I was expecting something a little bit more tribal, and then all of a sudden it was almost like manga. Like what happened?
Yeah, actually, like I said, my inspiration has been drawn from two different sources and taking into consideration my own natural talent. So we decided to do a story which we are going to divert our styles a little bit. So the Sorceress from Gaiden, we decided to make it a little bit Western because we want to also make the world to understand that we are one person. The fact that we are Africans does not mean that we cannot do a Western story. So we decided to make the Sorcerer from Gaiden a story that is a combination of mostly everybody in it together. You have Asians, Americans, Europeans, Africans, everybody is in the Sorceress of Gaiden. And now, what is the story about? The Sorceress from Gaiden is a story that talks about the virtues of life. Now you have a world that they call Gaidenved. The Gaidenved is a fictional world that we created, and in the Gaidenved, that is where the sorceress and the sorcerers are. Now, what happens is that if you want to gain some favors in the Gaidenved or grow your powers, you have to come to the normal world, which is our human world, and prove that one of the virtues that holds their world, there are three virtues that holds their world. You have love, trust, and hate. You have to come to the human world and prove that one of those virtues actually holds true. So the sorceress that came to the human world that met Gray, the guy that was smoking, actually wants to prove if trust is possible in the human world. That is why we named the story 10 times to trust. So that guy is going to be given 10 trials to prove that human beings can trust each other. And if he fails, then the lady that has left the garden world to come and prove that concept is also going to have some consequences. And if he succeeds to make it to prove that is true, then the lady is going to gain some favors back in her own world. So that's what the story is mostly about. It's really a big complex. It's mostly a philosophical story and occult, and it has a lot of good dialogue in it.
Yes, I agree. So it was love, trust, and what was the third virtue?
And hate.
Hate?
Yeah.
Sounds good to me.
Wait a minute.
That works.
I want to understand this because I don't understand.
The science.
How is hate a virtue?
You'll have to read the comics, Jared.
Oh, you're such a jerk, Fry. I'm just okay. So love, trust, and hate. Go ahead.
Well, give me a sec. Let me check out some.
Yeah, no problems. Right now, I'm going to disagree with Fry.
He disagrees with me all the time.
Yeah, I don't disagree with you ever, dude. I'm like, oh, Fry, here, be a good boy. Be a good boy. Yeah,
oh, Fry. Oh, man. The thing that throws me off so much is that you guys use so much coloration in the other series, and then you jump into this one, and it goes into this stark black and white contrast, and I'm just like, whoa!
It totally shocked me, dude.
Yeah,
I was
so
like,
cool.
oh, wait a minute. What's happening? What's happening here?
Let's do this. While Bazil's ironing some things out real quick, I'm going to jump back over to chat. So let's see here. Awesome. Lindsay says, amazing story, so inspiring, so real. Gypsy Leaf says, knowing the background makes these stories so much more, and having goosebumps. M. Scott Russell says, I thought I had it rough. We know you don't.
Yeah, right? You had it rough.
However, he also says, I need to rethink my complaints in life. No one has had to hold a torch so that I could draw. That shows a lot of love. Really?
Oh my God.
We would have held your torch, M. Scott Russell.
No, we wouldn't have. I would have put it on a stick.
I'll hold a watermelon tea.
Oh, we will toast to that.
Let's see here.
strong enough to hold a torch for 2 hours. I mean,
No.
this fiance
Dude.
is amazing.
I could barely stay awake for 2 hours normally.
Oh, I've learned that. I've learned that through time.
All right, so Gypsy Leaf in Twitch says, "Thank you so much, Bazil, for sharing your story. This is fascinating. It's amazing how little we know sometimes." That's perfect. That's the perfect comment right there.
Yeah, that
Good
really
job,
was.
Gypsy Leaf on Twitch.
That
That's
is
awesome.
the truth of truths.
M. Scott Russell goes on to say, "I would like to know how Bazil blows off stress in Africa. Drawing by torchlight must be stressful." You know what? Yeah. What do you do for a hobby, Bazil? What do we got going?
Yeah, video games mostly, but with lack of electricity, I do craft work. I do use my hands to do creative things when there is no electricity. When there is, I play a lot of video games too.
Are we talking crazy
out
things like building a table, or crazy things like using your hands to cut down a tree?
Where I can say both, but mostly building. We do table fountains, simple designs like that.
Oh, nice. Very cool.
I want to know about the cutting down the tree with the hands. That sounded incredible. Well, who was that Kung Fu Master movie star that was one of your motivators?
Donnie Yen.
Donnie Yang. Oh yeah, I love Donnie Yang. That's awesome.
Rigger on Twitch says, "Hey, good to see you guys." What's up, Rigger? M. Scott Russell was going to say, "What was more fun to do, Catango or the new series?"
Ooh, good question.
He's going to have all sorts of good questions because he spent a lot of time reading your books.
I know.
Once again, cheers to M. Scott Russell.
Cheers to Scott Russell. Yeah.
Bazil, this is a really interesting question. Looking at how intense Catango is and how slow the starting is of the Sorceress and Gaiden, which one it was funner up to date? Like, because I don't know how much you've gotten done of the Gaiden, and I know that there's stuff coming because you left me hanging pretty bad.
There had better be stuff coming. That's the way we're going to word that.
You know, you meet the girl, you see the dude is confused, and then all of a sudden you're like, whoa, wait. Like, and without your insight, I wouldn't even know as much as I do now. So what I'm wondering is you know, what is the difference? You know, what is the difference between working on something that's associated to really transferring the history of your people and your region and things of that nature versus coming into something? And are you going to be putting in some of that heritage into the Gaiden series? Because you said it's bringing everybody together, which I love that idea. I mean, a total unity of humanity, if you will, too.
Yeah, I think I can categorize the two almost on the same scale, but I think Catango is more fun because we have to do a lot of research. We have to get connections with museums in our areas. I've actually gone to about 4 palaces to talk with some of the funds. I've not succeeded to meet some of them, but I've succeeded to meet some so that they could give us a brief history of what they know. I've gone to museums. We have gone to museums and we have gotten some of the history. For example, the Bafut Palace is a UNESCO heritage site, which is more than 600 years old.
Oh.
The Bafut Palace, yeah, which is a palace here in Bamenda. So I've actually been there to get some of the information. We also went down to Fumbam Palace, which we had information about giants that existed in Africa. We had some of the bracelets that the giants wore. So we have been doing a lot of research. It's kind of fun because we have to go into places and have to respect some rights to be able to meet the right people to get information so that we can pass it out to the world. Now, the sorceress is also quite interesting because we are not going to end the research now in Africa, but we also have to do some research also now in the rest of the world, because it's an occultic story, and so we also have to put a little bit of realism into it.
Wow.
And how do we pronounce the name of the cat at the end? Because next time I get a cat, I'm totally naming it after this cat.
Puskama.
Puskama. All right.
Puskama.
I'm doing it.
That's awesome. I saw that too. I was like, what? That's an awesome cat name. Puskama. Go kill a rat, you lazy cat. That's awesome. That was great. That was great.
All right, let's break up the questions real quick, because we're definitely doing a t-shirt now. Now we have to do a t-shirt.
Dude, we're doing the are we doing the t-shirt? Like the t-shirt?
I think we're gonna do the the t-shirt.
Oh, okay.
Your idea for the t-shirt, to clarify. So here's what we're gonna do. Normally during the stream, when we do a t-shirt giveaway like this, you know, I've got a little picture of it and I show everybody this is what it's gonna look like. This one's gonna be special. The reason it's gonna be special is because I haven't made it yet, which means you're getting a shirt that I'm making out of excitement. And when Fry gets excited, all sorts of cool things happen.
That's true.
So here's what we're gonna do.
Good.
Next 3 people that log into the system, whether you have an account or not, the next 3 people that grabs a copy of Catango, any issue, I'm sending a shirt to.
Okay.
Not you. You don't get it, Jared. You work here.
Done, dude. Done. I got it. I own like 1 and 2. I'm pretty dang sure.
You would have got one anyways, dude. What are you doing?
Oh.
Look at this guy.
Oh, really?
Look at this guy.
You serious? You're so sweet, Fry. Thank you, dude. Because you really need to do. Are you doing the revised issue 1 cover for me? Are you
All
doing
right,
that one?
Min Plock, you just won a shirt. So who's gonna be the next 2?
Who was it?
Min Plock is username. Min Plock.
Yeah.
I think I know who that is. I think that they have won something before a while ago, actually.
They're smart, that's why.
Like 2 years ago, actually.
What? 2 years ago?
I don't have the best memory, but I'm pretty sure.
You don't have any kind of memory at all.
It's pretty rough. Let's do this.
I'm like, hey man, we got a meeting tomorrow, and then I call him afterwards, Bazil, and I'm like, hey man, we had a meeting.
You want to explain to Bazil what happened with that meeting, Jared, while we're on a stream with a bunch of people watching?
We need to tell people the truth.
You want to try to make believe that was my fault now?
Well, the first time it was your fault. The second time it was totally my fault.
That's cold.
Bazil, just so you know how I was like all like swearing about Brian, telling you what a terrible person he was? Turns out I didn't put it in his calendar.
So you were at fault, actually.
Yeah, I was at fault, and he's like, dude, it's not in here, man. And I'm like, yes, it is. It's right here. I was looking at it, but it was I had forgotten to add his name. Yeah, it was terrible. Sorry about that.
So, Fry, what do you drink, Fry? What do you drink?
What was that?
What's your drink?
What's your drink? What's your poison?
This one is just coffee, and then this one is watermelon something.
Ooh, Arizona.
So I think Jade is owing you about 2 cans of watermelon juice.
Let's not go there, Bazil. Let's not go there. We're not even yet. We're not even close to even. He stood me up so many times. I can't count it all on 1 finger.
So if someone is to own, it should be him.
Oh, that's awesome.
Let's see here.
Great.
Second shirt just went to TCT Comics. Third shirt just went to username Brandel3.
Oh, what?
No.
Brandel3.
She's
That's
won
not
like...
Jimmy. Oh,
all right, we're going to give away 4 now, because Brandel3, I know, has won at least 2 things in the last 3 months.
That's because she's smart.
Yeah, she's all over it. But
Yeah,
that's not fair for everybody.
I'm pretty sure.
So
I'm
we got
pretty
what
sure
we got
she's
one more
related
shirt left.
to,
So if you guys
I'm pretty sure she's related to Jamie in some way, shape, or form.
maybe.
I'm
Who
not,
knows?
I'm not a hundy. I'm not a hundy, but dang, Bazil, dude. I can't wait to see your shirt, Bazil. I'm seriously like excited.
Yeah, me too. Alice, it's really nice. It's really,
You need to jump in there and
I'm really
buy
happy.
one.
Yeah.
You should. Bazil, what you're doing is incredible, bro. What you're doing is incredible. The passion, the fact that you guys are really bringing history and preserving it, because comics are a great medium. Just like you said, they're a fantastic medium to transfer stories, because you've got, not only do you have words, but you have pictures which are worth 1,000 words.
Words, exactly.
You know, and the artwork is so bright and colorful, and I'm, you know, I like I've always said, you know, M. Scott Russell, he's the writer, he's the man that can actually like write poetry and stuff like that. I am not a writer, but I just love artwork. I love artwork, and your artwork is so vibrant, so colorful, you know, and it's just it really reflects the culture there too, because African people, they're so full of color. It's so awesome.
Yeah, we like to mix colors. Like what I'm putting on, you can see black and some color designs on my.
Yes,
Yeah,
yeah. The shirt you were wearing, your camera's been off forever, and I think it's because your network won't support it. But I think we got a shot at it. And then also your fiance, she actually is a designer. I've seen some of her stuff, just incredible stuff. I'm hoping to get some shirts from her, which are going to be fantastic.
Wait a minute.
Oh, there you are. Oh my gosh, Bazil's back. Ha! I didn't even see you, man. Yeah, so
Yeah,
show us your shirt. Show us your shirt.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, that's so cool.
That's fancier than my car.
Dude, that's all stitching, isn't it? It's gold threaded stitching.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
pretty sweet.
Stitched. Needle and thread.
Yeah, I have a shirt like that I showed him, and he was telling me about it, and it's incredible. The artistry is just incredible. Those people are incredible.
Is that what is that print on the background behind you, Bazil? I'm sorry, man, but I know it's
Turn your camera up
Catango.
just
I
a
can
bit
tell.
so we can see your poster. It's the backside of issue 4.
Oh, that's rad. That's cool.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just kept seeing the red on the bottom, and I was like, I know that image.
Yeah, you put it right over his head on the banner.
Yeah, that was the final picture. That's a
awesome.
character that will be coming up very soon in Catango, one of the deities that exists.
Wait, she didn't come up at the end of issue 4? That wasn't her?
No, that wasn't her. That was the Canicang, that is the forest virgin, the one that is supposed to pour to carry water from the purified falls. But this one is actually linked. They are linked together, but in a spiritual connection. It's like twins divided by some sort of mysticism.
Are they like
are they
the yin and yang opposites, like where they're one is good, one is bad type situation?
Yeah, something like that. Something like that. And if they're something to unite together, that's what makes her to gain her full potential. Talking about the Kanikeng's own story, when she will be able to unite her negative from her positive to act as one spirit, she will then reach her full potential and become the deity that she, because now that she's at the forest, there are some limitations that she has. But in her own part of the story, she will be struggling to see that she can put back herself together. And that is the other side of her, which she will be struggling to bring back.
Dude, so to reach the full potential, I love this concept. To reach the full potential, the positive and the negative have to combine back together.
Exactly.
So in that perspective, there is no like good is gonna be good and stay good, and evil is gonna be evil and stay evil. We all have those aspects within us. We all have good. We all have evil or positive, negative is a better way to put it, in my opinion. The positive, negative. And when we can bring those two together, we are whole.
Exactly, that's the concept. But that now is only about her story. So when you bring the positive and negative together in a kind of calculated mechanism, they cancel out each other, provide to you a peaceful human being that exists without considering whether someone is bad or good. They just see everybody as a human and will live as such.
That's so awesome.
It's like Mr. Rogers with way cooler fighting.
That's like Mr. Rogers off camera.
Yes.
So let me ask you a question, because one thing I've noticed is that in the Catango story, the villains are not necessarily villains. They may have an objective, and it's not a good thing, but they're not villains. They're not built of the dark energy. They just have a specific directive, and it's maybe not as good as someone else's directive. And then when we were talking about the four groups, I noticed that none of them really were like bad people. They just had a different way of doing things.
Exactly. That's how it is. It's a matter of the way of going about it. Yeah, it's a matter of the way.
So now there's a lot of cross-culturing I'm hearing from with like Asian culture. Negative, positive, the way. I think that's almost Confucius aspects and stuff like that. Is there Asian influence in Africa a lot, or is it actually like this is an African viewpoint that's actually shared with multiple regions in the world?
Yeah, there is a certain connectivity between everyone in the world. There is something that we all share in common. Like there's a theory that everybody originated from Asia. There's another theory that everybody originated from Africa, So there are some stories that connect us all together. When it comes to this story of bringing peace, of uniting negative and positive to cancel out each other so that there can be truth and peace, that is the free flow of nature. So those kind of theorems too are discussed in Catango. So we have all of those kind of stories. There will be deities that will come up, that will bring up such strong philosophical points that Catango will have to challenge them, not with might, but with intelligence. He will have to use his own intelligence to try to challenge them, to tell them that let's go this particular way because it will be better. But they will tell him that no, they will try to use their own intelligence too. So in Catango, battles are not only won by might, you also have to win them intelligently. So that's how it goes.
I love that. I love that because you can only force so much. Like one of my favorite sayings is you can lead a horse to water, but you'll beat it to death before you can make it drink. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah.
It force only gets you so far, and sometimes it doesn't get. It actually gets you back. You lose ground with force, where intelligence and wit, wisdom, those things are powers. Force is not the only power to be reckoned with. Intelligence is a force to be reckoned with. In a kind of cross-cultural manner. That's awesome, dude. Oh, I love your comic, man. I love how deep it is, man. I was like at first I was like, man, this is just wild, crazy fighting fun, woohoo! And now it's like, oh my gosh, like, wow, I'm just blown away. Just blown away, dude.
So I have a kind of a shifted gears question here. What do you do normally for sales?
Well, actually, right now we
of course that would happen right as we're trying to get. Yeah, that's great. Way to bring down the network, Fry.
That's all me.
Your awesome craziness
questions. Everyone knows. We need to
figure out the answer because that is a good question.
I'm just wondering. I mean, you know, I don't even know
Well,
how
how are you going to get him a shirt?
mail it.
Yeah, see, is that difficult? Like, what does that entail?
No, it'll get to him.
Okay,
Yeah,
so he can now see. Can you sell a comic for $5 and then mail it to somebody? I don't
like
even think
that's what
that's.
I'm trying to figure out. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, the
Yeah,
logistics alone have to be staggering.
yeah, that's a great question. I hadn't really
Come
thought about it because of the
back,
way.
Bazil. We need to know.
Oh my gosh, this is gonna kill me with anticipation. I
Oh,
need to know the answer to this question. I never really thought about it because of the way that our solution works. It transcends the physical problems of distribution,
right.
right?
But
We don't
how's he
we're
been
not.
working up until now?
I don't need. Well, he does the software engineering. He does the freaking
Right, but
the
how are you
architecture
making a profitable
drafting.
book if you have to sell it out of Africa? You know what I mean? From the
My
sounds
guess
of
is
it,
it's
where he's at, it's not going to be very simple. I mean, I don't. It doesn't sound like he's got a UPS store around the corner.
no.
You know what I'm
I'm
saying?
sure he
So
doesn't.
I just got to know
I'm sure
now.
he doesn't.
How does he
I'm sure he
marketing it?
doesn't.
How does he get the books printed if he's doing a floppy? You know
Well,
what I
I know
mean?
that it. Yeah, let me see one second. He sent me a message on Facebook. He said he'll be back. So everybody, just hold tight. Sorry for the delays, but we really appreciate y'all sticking with us through these technical issues. Like again, Fry pointed out at the beginning of the call, we are literally talking to someone around the world. Woo-hoo-hoo!
Yep.
So awesome.
Let me
So
chime in with
awesome.
chat here real quick. Minpluck on Twitch says, thanks. Thank you, Min. Thank you for picking up his book. Please make sure you leave a review. Anybody that has picked it up, well, read it
Please.
first and then leave a review. I'm sure it'll be badass. These books are really rad. Let's see. I'm gonna butcher this name, but I'm gonna say Mifix. Or is it MLFFLX_R? Way to make that one simple. Thank you. Says there are secrets to know. We'll leave a review. End and restart connection? Question mark. It's actually the issue that we're running into is Bazil here is actually in Africa, so his connection rate is quite a bit lower than what most of us in this hemisphere would be used to. So unfortunately, us restarting the connection isn't really going to help anything at all. What he's doing is he's actually restarting it on his end right now, which is the cause for the delay. And
There he
he's
goes.
joining again.
He probably won't be able to use his camera because it seems like that the camera is drawing too much off of his network, and that's what's causing his connection
Yeah,
to,
it
to
might be
get lost.
capping him up just a little bit. Everybody in chat, make sure you throw any questions, stuff you've got for Bazil in here.
Yes,
It's
right, and I'm back online, but the problem is, like I was talking about the challenges that we have of frequent electricity failure. It is not possible for me to use my camera now because I'm using another phone, which a little bit of power, but the camera is down. So the other phone is off. There was no electricity for me to get power.
hey,
So I can
it's
only
Okay,
manage to.
no
it's cool,
problems.
man. We totally understand. We're just really, really stoked to be able to have you on here.
Yeah, and we really appreciate all that you're going through to be here, Bazil. Thank you so much.
Yeah, so
All right,
I
guys.
gotta know how have you been selling these comics?
Yeah, actually, what we have been doing is that we're printing some of the comics, and then we'll go to schools and try to convince people to buy them. We try to get connection with the museums to sponsor, but the comic community in our country is not really that. It's really difficult. It's not a culture that they have really grabbed yet, so it's difficult for us.
Mm-hmm.
And that is how, luckily, I got to know Jade, and he introduced me to crypto comics. And we have now been struggling to see that we can sell our comics digitally. We have created a website too where we can sell our comics, and from personal contacts, we can sell PDF copies. But we are all hoping that crypto comics gets to live transactions soon, so that there too we can benefit from the sales.
So
Yes.
how have you been handling printing for your have you been doing floppy covers or floppies at all? Or are you just doing digital right now?
Well, I do a little bit of printing, but the money does not come from comic. You know, when I draw a house plan and I have a little bit of profit, I
Right.
then use that extra profit to see if I can invest in the comics. Like for example, we have been investing because we have been buying a few computers and we struggle to get one graphic tablet, just one, which we are using to draw the comics.
Right.
And all those money is coming from extra source. There are times I have to go maybe work in a construction site to see if I can raise some money, and then I invest it back in the comic industry.
That's cool,
Wow.
man.
That is so cool, man. You are an inspiration, Bazil. You are an
Very much.
inspiration. That is
Yeah,
that
thanks.
is oh, that's passion right there, man. That is passion. So sometimes you can take some of your earnings. Basically, you're working multiple jobs. Sounds like everybody in the comic book industry. You're working multiple jobs, and then you take some of that excess and you invest it into comics, and then you have to go out and try and convince people that they want to give you money for those comics. Do you end up giving a lot away?
We end up giving a lot away because most of the times you give people, they say, okay, let me go read, or let me put it in my museum, or let me put it in my library in the school. And if somebody comes and then, in Africa, we like a lot of free things.
Right.
So most of the time we go and put, and the money doesn't come back. But actually, our main intention is not even the money. Our main intention is to get the story across. So that is why you see us using the profit that we make from other jobs that we do, and then we put it back into the comics, because I really love to do comics, with or without money coming from it. I will do it till I die. So I don't think I will ever stop. I will work from another source, and I'll put the money into the comic industry.
We're gonna get you paid, Bazil. We're gonna get you paid. We're getting close. We're getting close. So just hang in there, because we are gonna get you paid. There is no reason why you shouldn't get paid, because what you are doing is incredible. And I'm pretty sure, the energies of the world. That's why me and you got connected. There are no accidents, in my opinion. This is we are on a path.
Right.
In my own personal opinion, we are on a path. Me and Fry, and M. Scott Russell and Joe and Lindsay and David and pretty much everybody on our team, we are dedicated to making sure that creators are going to get paid for what they're doing. It's important to us because that's what's going to help you create more. And the fact that you're willing to do it the way that you're doing it, man, my hat's off to you, brother. That is just awesome. Like, just so awesome. You are doing such a service. It's incredible. Like, you're doing a service, man. And that is a truly remarkable thing, to do service without expecting something for it. That's just so wonderful. Wow.
Thank you, bro. Thank you.
I'm a little emotional. You're pulling on my heartstrings, Bazil. Jiminy Christmas. Ugh. This is rough, dude.
I'll try to give you a drink now.
Seriously. So wow, that's incredible. So the struggle is real, everybody. And anything and everything you can do to help support Bazil, whether it's getting into Crypto Comics Marketplace and leaving a review, or whether it's going to his Facebook page and leaving a like, or whether it's trying to go into his website and seeing what you can do to actually purchase, man. This is helping a brother in arms with us, guys. This is helping someone produce something that is so intrinsically important. I can't stress this enough, everybody. This is intrinsically important. The comic book is an incredible medium given to us to communicate in ways that other mediums cannot communicate. And this is a man who's using it to communicate his history, his traditions, his heritage. Oh my gosh. It's so incredible,
cool, man.
Phil.
Yeah.
Dang.
This is cool. It's got a meaning. So
there's so much meaning here.
Well, we're capping up
this
to about an hour and a half now, guys. We want to start
Oh my
wrapping it
gosh.
up. I know.
Wow.
Sorry, but so both of us have been real excited about this spotlight, so we're just running and running and running and running.
I didn't even get through all my questions, but that's okay. Is there anything you would like to add, Bazil? Anything at all? Can you hear me? Hello? We might have lost him for a second. Let's give him a minute, Fry, if you don't mind. I know we're way over time, but
No,
I would really like to give
we're cool
him
on time, man.
Okay.
I know that he.
I
The
want to
longer
give him
that
last
he's on the
word.
connection, the less bit rate he's allocated there in his area. So
Okay.
Right.
it's going to get more and more
All right.
difficult.
Oh, hey,
Hey, there
Bazil's
you
back
go.
with us. Okay, Bazil, before you got cut off, I just want to say, is there anything else you would like to add?
Yeah, actually, I would like to say a few words before we go up. I would first of all like to thank Crypto Comics especially because without them, I wouldn't have had this opportunity to be able to pass out what we do to the world because what we do is for the world and not for us. If we do it and it stays on our tables or in our shelves, it will just help to beautify our shelves, and at the end, our children will surely use them as fire papers. So I thank Crypto Comics for giving us this opportunity, and I want to encourage every other creator who is trying to get the word out there, is trying to tell the story that this is a great medium for us, and I'll try my best to see that I encourage everyone to get their stories to this site. And also, any support that we can get is going to be very much appreciated. So that's just all, guys. And I'm looking forward to doing many more spotlights with you on the various stories that we are going to be bringing up because we are not going to end at Catango or Sorceress of Garden. We have about 2 or 3 more stories that we shall be bringing up, praying that God gives us the time. So that's just all I have to say. And of course, yeah, Crypto Comics, you owe me a T-shirt, so I'm too waiting for that.
Told you, Fry. Boom, right there.
You told me what?
I don't know. I was just trying to look cool.
Dude, I want to say, man,
the
it's
T-shirt I won from the last spotlight we had. I won a T-shirt from there, so you have to send it to me.
Well, we'll get it to you. Don't worry. We will get it to you. It's a little bit of a logistical nightmare
Dude,
in relation
I got this.
to. Oh, my bad.
If he
my
can
bad.
draw a comic book by friggin' torchlight, I can figure out how to mail a shirt.
Two.
I have no
You got to
reason
give him the one he won and the one we're creating for his spotlight. So
yeah. I think the
gotta
one
give
that
him
he
2.
won, we've already, if I'm not mistaken, I think it's already even been packaged up. I'm not sure if that one's been mailed out yet, but I know it's in the office. So
I know, yeah, I
already
remember. I remember us talking about it. So
yeah, but
you will
I just
have
wanted
some
to say,
stuff
Bazil,
coming.
man, it's our pleasure, dude. You and your books and the story and the background and everything that has to do with this, man. Like, this is some of the coolest stuff ever, and us just being able to be a very small, insignificant part of getting your name out there, that means the world to us. Honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks, Brian.
So yeah.
All right, so everybody,
chat here.
let's we're gonna close this up. Bazil, stay on with us after we say goodbye to everybody, if you would be so kind. I just want to tell everybody, please like, share, and subscribe. Let's get the word out for Bazil. He's really on a quest, and we want to help him on that quest. So please, everybody, like, share, and subscribe, and let's really help Bazil out. Check out his website in the description. Check out his Facebook page in the description. Check out his link to Crypto Comics Marketplace in the description, so you can actually check out his books, check out his stories, see what what is going on with their heritage, and all those amazing things that are in Catango.
Yes.
What an incredible journey it's been already. And it's supposed to be like a 500 series, which is like a Naruto epic series, top 2 type epic series. So please help us support Bazil Asang.
Yep, I'm going to catch up on chat real quick before we close the stream, guys. Let's see. We got a couple of congratulations for the t-shirt winners earlier. We got Joe Frazier on Facebook saying, get this guy a t-shirt. So now I don't have a choice at all.
That's your boss, dude. You
Yep.
better do what he says. You're gonna get in trouble.
Let's
Somebody's
see.
getting docked.
Zolek says, yeah, give him a shirt. LOL. Everybody's having fun with this one now. Joe Fraser again on Facebook says, great respect, Bazil. I love your work and thank you for sharing it. Zolek on Facebook says, beautiful work and thank you for letting us dive into your story. Keep up the great work. So yeah, everybody, like Jared said, let's help this guy get the word out. You know, let's do our part. We can all come together as a community and, you know, make something happen for him.
This is what it's all about, everybody.
All right. Well, really appreciate your time, Bazil. I know it's been kind of a difficult one to get lined out and ironed down, but honestly, I can't wait for us to do it again.
Right, thanks, Brian.
All right. This is Brian on behalf of Crypto Comics and Bazil and everybody else and all this awesomeness. We're out.